Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Bobby W223 here. I know I haven't made a video in a million years, but I just wanted to do my review of Avengers Age of Ultron. I went and saw it last Thursday on April 30th. Saw it again yesterday. Amazing movie. I'm not gonna try to compare it too much to the first one, but I may make some comparisons here and there. But overall, great movie. Enjoyed it start to finish. Great action, good comedy, acting, everything you need in these type of Marvel superhero beat 'em up movies. Spoiler alert, I'm gonna just kind of casually talk in this review, so I may forget some things here and there. But anywho, so excuse me, right off the bat, they start off, great action scene of them fighting in this made up foreign country. I forget the name of it, but it's the country where Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are from, and they're trying to retrieve the spear that from the first Avengers movie, everything like that. Trying to retrieve that, and this bad guy, Strucker, was running experiments on it, because basically you end up finding out that the mind stone, the mind gem, is within the blue part of the sphere, and he was running different experiments and had ran experiments on Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. That was kind of the story for this, because they can't call them mutants because Fox owns the rights to that. But then they get the spear back, and then that's when Tony Stark and Bruce Banner uh, unlock the AI within that, which is Ultron, which is how he creates Ultron. Because basically, uh, Tony Stark, Iron Man, he is very paranoid of what's to come from the events of the first movie with the Chitauri and everything like this, and he feels like the Avengers would not be able to stack up against what is out there. So he's like, look, we need to create this Ultron, program or what have you, to basically patrol the world, so the Avengers won't need to avenge anymore. That was kind of what his main idea was, and basically Ultron goes haywire and blah blah blah. And he's the main villain of the story, and initially he has Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch on his side because they hate Stark, because they have animosity towards him, because um, one of Stark's missiles blew up and killed their family, everything like this, and they blame Stark for it, even though, as we know, a lot of his weaponry got sold over into the black market and things like this. But they didn't know that, so they initially were with Ultron, because of their hatred towards Tony, which then kind of developed into hatred towards the entire Avengers. But then later on in the movie, when Ultron tries to create what ends up becoming the Vision, but he tries to create a body that's an android's mixed with human tissue and vibranium that he gets from old boy in Africa. I forget his name. Andy Serkis played him. I forget his name. Like I said, I'm gonna forget some stuff. But anyway, so gets the vibranium and uses this machine that can bind human tissue, to a body. But so he basically uses the vibranium to make a superhuman body that's half, like I said, half machine, half human, basically, or a mixture. And he's then tries to upload his consciousness into the body, and then that's when Scarlet Witch. If I said Black Widow, I meant Scarlet Witch. Excuse me if I said Black Widow earlier, I meant Scarlet Witch. The mutant. Once again, they couldn't call them mutants. But anywho, Scarlet Witch then reads his mind and figures out that he's basically trying to wipe out all humans, because he feels that they are not adequate and they are not worthy, and they're all puppets on a string, like he says in the previews or anything like this. And it starts out with the hatred towards the Avengers, and it kind of goes into a whole thing of him feeling like he is better and more evolved than humans. So he feels like, I need to wipe them out and start clean, and basically everything that will live will be metal. So he kind of feels like is superior, and then Scarlet Witch sees this, and then that's when Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch realize that this dude is crazy or this AI is crazy. So then they um, help the Avengers to stop him, and basically his plan is to lift an entire city into the atmosphere and then drop it down on Earth. And I guess it's supposed to be kind of like a meteor. It's supposed to uh, wipe out all the humans on Earth. Is his plan. So climactic scene at the end was very reminiscent of the first movie. Yes, I am comparing the first movie a little bit, but instead of them fighting the Chitauri, all the the aliens and stuff like that, they're fighting all of Stark's robots who are now under the control of Ultron because he takes over all of Stark's drones because he kills Jarvis at the beginning of the movie, or at least he thought he killed Jarvis, but then we later on find out that Jarvis actually survived in the internet, and Ultron did not know. And Ultron actually had stopped him from getting nuclear codes and things like this because Ultron was in the internet. He could pretty much do anything, but Jarvis basically blocked him out of that. So then Tony Stark and Bruce Banner put the AI. I'm kind of jumping around, but like as I said, this is kind of more me just casually talking. So they put the AI of Jarvis into the Vision, and then he became the Vision. As Vision said, he's like, I'm not Ultron, I'm not Jarvis, I'm something else. He said that he just is. In his opinion. And so then yeah, they fight Ultron at the end. Like I said, climactic fight. They end up having to blow up the city because they can't bring it back down. And Nick Fury comes in on the helicarrier to get all the civilians off and into safety, and then Tony Stark and Thor end up blowing up the city in the end, and then Vision kills the last of the Ultron bots basically and wipes them out because he blocks Ultron out of the internet so that way he can't flee online like he had been doing through the entire movie to jump from bot to bot. So they take him out. Other aspects of the movie outside the action, you kind of have like this little mini love story between or Black Widow and Bruce Banner. I think I get Scarlet Witch and Black Widow mixed up because Scarlett Johansson plays Black Widow. So anytime I think of the word Scarlet, I think of Scarlett Johansson, but then you got Scarlet Witch, which is that character, and then you have Black Widow, played by Scarlett Johansson. So anyway, Black Widow and Bruce Banner kind of had this whole love interest, but Bruce feels like he can't be in a real relationship because he's the Hulk. He's like, I can't settle down, I can't have kids, all these type of things, and she's kind of like, hey, like no, like I want this. Like I think I can handle it. She can pretty much almost control the Hulk as they showed in the movie with their lullabies or whatever. She figured out a way where she would touch the Hulk's hand like that or whatever, and it will make him change back into Bruce or whatever. I guess so. I don't know. She doesn't fear him, but Bruce still kind of fears himself and what he's capable of. And there's a scene where Scarlet Witch, takes over his mind and he goes crazy, and then Iron Man has to get into the Hulkbuster suit and fight him, and times like that where the Hulk went insane because of Scarlet Witch, but he went insane. He was hurting civilians, everything like this. It makes Bruce feel like, look, I can't, you know, I I'm dangerous. They saw the real Hulk, as he said from that part of the movie. He's like, I'm dangerous. But so you had the whole love story there. Hawkeye was really cool in this movie. You find out that has a wife and kids, and they go to the safe house, which is his home, and this farm kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It's actually the same part of the movie where Bruce says he feels like he can't have this, like he can't have a home and be stable because of him, being the Hulk and stuff like that. So you have, slower points like that weren't bad, but they were the more, slower parts that weren't so heavy on the action, but it was still great pacing throughout the movie. You kind of learn more about all the characters when Scarlet Witch, used her magic or whatever to get inside their heads. You see uh, uh, Captain America reminiscing about being back in the 40s and what it would have been like if he never was frozen and the war being over and things like this, and him getting that dance with his girl that he never got. And Black Widow, Black Widow, um, dreaming about when she I guess finished her training as an assassin and her being sterilized. What she also told Bruce Banner, because Bruce is like, hey, I can't have kids. You can't have a life with me. She's like, look, I'm sterile. I'm not fertile. They sterilize you as a part of the ceremony to become a Russian assassin or whatever, and blah blah blah. And you see visions of that. Tony saw a vision of all the Avengers kill, which led to him being more paranoid, which led to Ultron and blah blah blah. Um, uh, Thor had a vision about him becoming the ruler of Asgard, after his father, I guess, passes away, and then it led to him having a vision of all the Infinity Stones, so he kind of can see what's coming with Thanos. But they don't know anything about Thanos yet. He's always kind of been in the background, but it's all leading up to the Infinity Wars and everything like that. You kind of got a little taste of Civil War in this as well, because initially, before the Vision was finalized and created, uh, Captain America was like, no, we can't go through this again. We saw what happened with Ultron when you try to tamper with things that you clearly don't know what you're tampering with. And Iron Man's like, no, this is going to be different. Jarvis is not corrupt. And then those two, Captain America and Iron Man, fought a little bit. So you kind of got a little taste of what's to come with Civil War, with their disagreements, but also with the Infinity War, with all the different Infinity Stones. Overall, great movie. Everybody, I think, had better shine in this movie than they did in the original one. It's hard to direct movies like this when you have so many characters that are beloved by fans and everything like this. But I think that they did a great job. The action, the acting, the slower points with like the romantic, dynamics and everything like this. Very good. I know I'm missing a lot. This is all just kind of top of my dome. I'm so rusty now when it comes to making videos. I'm so tired right now too with work and everything. But stay tuned. I should have another video, a comment shout out to Mr. Official. I know you shouted me out like a week or two ago to do a response video. So that should be coming hopefully today or next week at the latest. But yeah, I give this movie a 9 out of 10 overall. It was great. Few things here and there. I felt Ultron was a little too silly. Maybe that's because the way that they portrayed him in the preview trailers, but I thought he was going to be a little more serious, like how Loki was also a goofy character, but I thought Loki had a better balance of being serious and also being goofy, whereas Ultron was more just kind of cartoony, I guess. And once again, yeah, I know I'm comparing movies, but overall, though, great movie. Definitely recommend. Like I said, I've already seen it twice. Yeah, 9 out of 10. Go check out bcactionmr.com. And it's your boy Bobby W223. Peace.